everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go
viral.
You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz. Coming out to you live from Roswell, New Mexico, where it's a bit chilly. I'm hoping that some snow comes our way, but it looks like we're set for a wonderful week. If you look at the weather, there's a lot of sun, a lot of beautiful sun. It should be in the 60s throughout the week, but the mornings will be colder than ever. So I hope you guys are ready, bundled up, get locked and loaded, and let's have a day. And let's get straight to it. JB will be joining me here in just a few, so don't think that we're missing the guy with the bias, the guy with the tri-zone with the broad chest. We're not missing him. He'll be joining us here in just a bit. But let's kick off the show by running down through a couple of the games that happened last night, a couple of playoffs potentials that may have been, the doors may have been closed on, and that includes Thursday, the Dallas Cowboys losing to the Detroit Lions 30-44. I came on the show on Friday, gave my thoughts. Couple days out. How do I feel? I feel like we have an 8% chance to get into the playoffs. I believe, according to ESPN, it's really 9%. Really, we're relying on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the fate of our season is all in Justin Herbert's hands. And one hand, which is his left hand, has a break in it. Had surgery last week, so let's see how that game plays out for them tonight as they invite the Eagles to LA. Eagles sitting at 8-4. The biggest thing for me on the Philadelphia Eagles is the fact that they're going to be missing Jalen Carter tonight. The spread is at only 2.5 points. The Eagles are actually the favorites, and that probably has a lot to do with Justin Herbert's hand. But let's just break down a couple scores real quick, and then we'll get into the action as to what happened. The Seattle Seahawks take down the Atlanta Falcons 37-9. The Seahawks seem to be legit as ever. I think their biggest issue is going to be whether or not Sam Darnold can get over the hump. I saw a fun stat yesterday that they actually lead the league in turnovers. I'm not sure exactly how true it is. I'll have to double check. I didn't get to double check. I saw it this morning, but they lead the league in turnovers. That's tough for Seattle. That might be what holds them back. But damn, 37-9, that defense is absolutely buzzing. And this team has completely flipped their culture in just 1 year. So shout out to the Seattle Seahawks who are going to be fighting in these last couple of weeks. They're going to be fighting for that number 1 seed, so that'll be fun. You had the Titans take out the Cleveland Browns 31-29. What a controversial call by Kevin Stefanski there in the fourth quarter as they drive down to try and win that game. Shedeur Sanders put on a hell of a drive, and then they get down, they score. Have to get the 2-point conversion to tie the game at 31. And Kevin Stefanski, who took accountability for the play call, calls a trick play, completely takes Shedeur off the field, which I didn't like. I honestly, as that play happened, I immediately wrote down in my notes, fire Kevin Stefanski. We hate to call for people's jobs, but this just irks my skin when these types of situations happen. I mean, we've seen it time after time. I don't understand how we remove someone who has gotten us all the way down the field and we pull them from the field completely. Like this takes me back to the Marshawn Lynch touchdown, right? Or not the touchdown, but the Super Bowl interception that the Seattle Seahawks had because they didn't hand it off to Marshawn Lynch. That's what this always takes me back to. If we remember back to that Super Bowl, Marshawn Lynch had like a 25-yard run that got them down to the goal line to even have that opportunity. And the fact that he didn't see a touch after that blows my mind. The fact that Kevin Stefanski pulled Shedeur Sanders from that 2-point conversion, I don't get it. To me, we should be waking up this morning as the day goes on It is 6:30 a.m., so it's probably a little too early to let go of someone. But I'm assuming here in the next hour or two, we might see a call from we might see Kevin Stefanski getting fired. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I think what happened yesterday is fire worthy. The only reason he might have a job is because the Browns don't want to have to deal with having to promote an interim coach. But to join me on those thoughts, let me bring in the man with the bias. The man with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only, John Borba. Johnny.
What's going on? Man.
JB, we're just running through a couple scores here that happened yesterday. I just went down. We went 37-9 for the Seattle Seahawks. A big, massive game was the Bills and the Bengals. The Bills topped the Bengals 39-34, and what seemed to be a bit of a choke job. A bit of a choke job on the other side by Mr. Joe Burrow, who just completely collapsed there in the fourth quarter, JB. 2 interceptions that cost them not only the game, but their season. I think it's fair to say that we can hang it up for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think we can gather together for a second and just put our heads down for a moment of silence. A moment of silence for the Cincinnati Bengals season. Yeah, pour one for the dead homies. Shout out right there. Yeah. All right, Bengals. Hey, it was fun. That was a good run. And now the Bengals can play spoiler to a couple of teams on the backstretch of this season. JB, let's go ahead and move on real quick. JB, I'm just going to run down the scores real quick. We're just going to let everybody know who won, who lost yesterday, and then we'll get into touch into exactly what games we'd like to discuss. But also, what else did we have, JB? We had the Colts play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars win 36-19. The Colts lose their starting quarterback, Daniel Jones, at half, and they had to finish it with the Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard, Notre Dame alum. At least somebody's getting some playing time going forward as the Notre Dame Irish do not make the cut in the college football playoffs. But Riley Leonard did not look great, but it seems like Steichen feels positive about the Colts going forward. But, man, does this Colts season look like it's a little far-fetched of them getting into the playoffs as the Texans start to creep up there in their division. But the Jags taking the win 36-19. JB, what did you see from this game that just excite you? Do you feel like that some level of consistency from Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars is starting to brew up over there?
Absolutely. Offense is starting to make big plays, big splash plays to Brian Thomas. Jacoby Myers looks like somebody Trevor Lawrence is already comfortable with in the red zone. He's been there for 3 or 4 weeks. I think he's got like 3 touchdowns already with that squad. So I think they're finding consistency offensively. Trevor Lawrence is looking more consistent. That's pretty much all you need, I think, at this point. I think it should be enough to get them in. If they can just ride this wave, they look, I don't want to say they look like they're going to win the division because you are going to have to play the Texans before the season ends. So that's going to be a huge game, probably for the division.
Yeah,
think, unless the Jags just drop one when they don't need to drop one, or something like that. But
which is very possible. The Jaguars, they are very capable of it. But
not quite sold on the Jags yet, because they have been very inconsistent.
JB, yeah. while you fix your mic, let me go to the next game here. The Commanders go scoreless to the Minnesota Vikings. JB's Minnesota Vikings seem high ironic. The audio is acting up as we were going to talk about the Vikings. 31-0 score. JJ McCarthy had himself a decent game. But finally, the Minnesota Vikings, some positivity. Yep, JB's back. The Minnesota Vikings have something to cheer about. Borba, I'm going to assume that the vibes are high over there. I think you might have preferred to lose based on draft position, but there's got to be some positive outlook on what your team put together yesterday. Yeah, 31-0 victory over the Commanders.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think at this point, even if we don't win, if we were to lose out, anything like that, I wanted to see improvement out of JJ McCarthy. I think this is finally a good, like a not a good defense that we played. Finally, it feels like, and by far his most efficient game. He was precise. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball. He was accurate for the most part. Pretty, like, by far his most accurate game as a starter. Not even close. 16 to 23, 160 some yards, 3 touchdowns. Played very. They controlled the ball too, and here's the thing too is Kevin O'Connell made the game plan. He stuck to the game plan, I should say, because we've been veering off from the run game. Um, I don't know why we have when we played the Bears, we veered from the run game. Um, you know, we got the ball out quicker yesterday as well. So overall, it was just a good game plan. We stuck to the run game. We had over 130 yards rushing. That always helps a rookie quarterback, and I think that's what you needed to do. You didn't need to necessarily simplify the offense. You just had to control the tempo and stick with the offense that you needed to win the game, and that's what we literally suck at doing. And we finally did it yesterday, probably because we had just defense was playing good. We didn't really have to change anything up. You know what I mean? We didn't have to change anything up to where in certain situations we had to go out of the game plan or anything like that. We played, we controlled the tempo, we controlled how we wanted to play, and where has this been? That's my other question is like, where has this been? Our defense has been balling out. It's not the defense, it's just the offense consistency, getting all 11 guys on the same page. And we finally had that yesterday,
Yeah. Well, it starts with one.
Starts with one.
Yeah. Nine's got to show up. Nine absolutely has to show up. They did, let's not overreact, right? They did play the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels gets hurt, exits the game. It's probably not a bad time to also have a moment of silence for the Commanders.
To be fair, I think it was already like 24-0 when Jaden Daniels got hurt off that beautiful pick, off that amazing pick, Van Ginkel. That's the old Drew Van Ginkel that we saw like 2 or 3 times last year. You cannot throw a screen play to his side of the field, or else that does happen. Like, he's the best in the league at doing it. There's no one else close to disrupting a wide receiver screenplay like that.
Isn't it crazy? Like, the NFL, from the NFC Championship game to being 3-10, like, talk about a complete 180.
Yeah.
I guess if you're a Commanders fan, like, the way to look at this is like, it's a small setback, but then you're going to get a top 10 player on a team that's already kind of built to make a run.
Yeah.
I think the only issue for them will be, I think they're high up on age on defense. I think they're one of the oldest teams. So it'll be interesting how they play that out. But I mean, with Dan Quinn at the helm, like, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to be able to flip this organization back to a winning culture next year. Or I mean, like, it's going to be. It'll be insane if Jaden Daniels still just continues to regress. I don't want to say regress because this year's kind of been a ton of injuries, but that's been what you've pointed at, right? It's like, Jaden Daniels got to learn how to slide. Jaden Daniels, you don't need to take the unnecessary hits. Now we're having that conversation about Jackson Dart. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what the future looks like for Washington.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if Jaden Daniels has necessarily regressed. I wouldn't call it that. I just don't know if the offense has had the same rhythm as it's had. Last year, the running game was a little bit more explosive. There was some splash big plays here and there. That was one of the things last year. Like, could the Commanders make big plays? The big plays were kind of missing out of their scheme. They were getting rid of the ball quick though, which helps a rookie quarterback. So the defense has definitely regressed. That's been the biggest thing, is that defensive secondary just has not looked good at all. They're one of the worst in the league at passing defense. So perfect game for the Vikings to go in though, and I didn't think we were going to shut them out, but
no, I liked it. What I learned from the Vikings, and this was a part of my quad box here, bottom right screen. So I wouldn't say I was paying attention to it much, especially as you guys started to pull away. But I just think it's positive for the Vikings. Like, this is how you want to go. I know we care about draft position and stuff, but like, I do think that the way that you end the season matters. The way you go into the offseason, I think that matters, and you definitely want to. It wouldn't be bad for JJ McCarthy to get a couple wins under his belt to go into the offseason with a positive mindset, especially with the way the media's kind of been crushing him, or just social media in general with the whole 9 gimmick and everything. The internet can get ugly. But so kudos to the Minnesota Vikings being able to pull off a shutout. A shutout in the NFL is a massive deal. So shout out to the Minnesota Vikings for that shutout. The Miami Dolphins are making a playoff push of their own, sitting at 6-7, pulling off a victory 34-10 over the Jets, where the Jets just continue to have the quarterback carousel. Hopefully they can figure it out. I'm glad they were able to get a couple wins on the season. But the Jets seem to be the same old Jets, Jets. It's unfortunate for them. The big one from this weekend, massive upset, New Orleans Saints 24-20 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What the hell is going on in Tampa Bay and with Baker Mayfield? I mean, we talked about it. We talked about week 5, week 6. We were talking. I had mentioned, JB, do we need to worry that this team is peaking a little too early? It was fun. It was cool. The ride was fun. Baker Mayfield making those fourth quarter comebacks and whatnot. But it seems like fatigue is starting to kick in for that team, and now they are battling for their playoffs lives. They're obviously not going to get in with the wild card. They got to win the division, but the Panthers are just nipping at their bits right now. JB, what is going on? What's your perspective on this Tampa Bay team? What's going on?
The biggest thing, first of all, Baker Mayfield the last 2 years led the league in passing touchdowns. 41. He's got 20 this year. Obviously, he's not going to hit that. So it is a little bit of a down year in terms of statistical stat-wise. His completion percentage is in the mid-60s, low 60s. Last year, it was in the high 60s. That's another thing. And then another thing, when this offense was hurt, you were missing Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, all those guys. Emeka Egbuka, he looked like the clear favorite to win Rookie of the Year, the offensive Rookie of the Year. These past 6 weeks or so, he's really declined. That same chemistry just hasn't been there. Very average. He's made a couple plays here and there, but the big plays are missing from the offense. They're not getting the big plays anymore. Another thing is that
JB, what is it called? The yips, or was that what they call it when they got the yips? Like, it just seems like he can't. He's dropping like the passes that you just all of a sudden assume. I mean, the ones that you assume he's going to make.
Yeah,
it's like yesterday, just crucial one there down the stretch. It's like, it's like, I mean, because we're putting them up there with like JSN, Justin Jefferson, those guys. We're easily putting them up there to crown him, and it's just like he's got I think it's called the yips, right, or the yups, or something like that.
I don't know.
Anyway,
that's a new one.
I messed up your thought there, but just in my head,
you're good.
Like he's dropping all the crucial passes right now. Although he has like a good game or a great game, it seems like the timing drops are what's most crucial. And as a Cowboys fan, I mean, crucial drops have cost. I mean, we'd be in the playoff picture right now if it wasn't for CeeDee Lamb's drops. Yep. But anyway, sorry to stop your thought there. Go ahead.
No, situational drops like that. Yeah, absolutely. Another thing is that they were 3 of 13, I think, yesterday on third down, getting off the field. So their third down offensively. Here's the thing: if you can't convert these third downs, you can't sustain drives. If you can't sustain drives, you can't score points. If you can't score points, that puts more pressure on the defense. So it's a domino effect. Now the defense is having a harder time to get off the field. The defense isn't making crucial third down stops like they were to allow Baker Mayfield to give this team a chance in the fourth quarter. And that's the biggest thing. And the defense has let up a bunch of 40, 50-yard plus touchdowns, a lot of big splash plays defensively. And I think offensively, yeah, you got healthier. You got Godwin back, Bucky Irvin back. But since they've gotten these guys back, it seems like the offensive consistency has gotten even worse. All this, getting these guys back in the groove, everything like that. I don't know how long Chris Godwin was practicing with the team before they put him out there on the field, but obviously he missed a lot of time. Missed a lot of practice too, missed a lot of reps with Baker. So now all this stuff, you bring these guys back, there's a little bit of chemistry that you got to build up with these guys. Now, is their season over? I don't think so. I think you still have time to turn things around, obviously. These last four games are going to be huge, but I think they could still win the division. The Panthers are right there, but I just don't know if they're consistent enough as well. Very inconsistent teams. I'd rather take the team that has the proven track record of winning the division the last couple of years, of making the playoffs the past couple of years. Until that's knocked off, then I still give the edge to the Bucs. But the biggest thing is you got to convert third downs. You got to develop an offensive chemistry. Baker's got to. I don't want to put everything on Baker because it's not all his fault. There's just too much offensive consistency. Got to convert third downs. Got to get that third down conversion higher, especially than 27%. You're not going to win hardly anything if you can't sustain a drive. So, and then the defense, you got to take away the splash plays, and that's what they've allowed. They allowed that against the Bills. They allowed that yesterday. They've just allowed that in this slump that they're in. So if they can correct that, get off the field and convert third downs, and just be more consistent offensively, get these guys back in the fold of everything, get Emeka Ibuka more involved. He's got to fix his hands. Like we just need more consistency, and I think they'll be okay. But that's my biggest takeaway, and what I was doing my research on is just the consistency is not there, the efficiency is not there offensively, and the timing with the offense isn't there right now. So it's affecting the offense, which is affecting the defense. But the defense has nothing to do with the defense giving up big plays, though. So they got to fix that on their end. So if you can do that.
Defense seems to still be doing its job. I mean, it only gave up 24 points. It feels this day and age. I mean, that's right around where you want to be. 20, I think, is where you really want to be. But the Colts, I gave the Colts score just a second ago, 36-19, with Mr. Daniels going down. It's unfortunate. Controversy in Baltimore. 27-22 Steelers take down the Baltimore Ravens with the controversial call there at the end of the game where Lamar Jackson is driving the boys down, hits Mark Andrews on a slant. Or was it? It was Mark Andrews, right? Or Likely, sorry. Hits Likely on a slant. Likely makes the catch, makes the extension, takes 1-2 steps, doesn't necessarily get the third step down as a defender takes a shot at the ball, rips it out, and they call it incomplete pass. What were your thoughts on that catch? I thought it was a drop. I think it was a drop.
I thought it was a catch. I thought if you have 2 feet down, right? If you have 2 feet down and control the ball during that time, like you would consider it outside of the end zone, that would be a fumble. That's what you would consider it, as a fumble, because he did have control of the ball.
I would call it an incomplete catch.
Yeah, I don't like the call of an incomplete. I think it was a touchdown. I think we've seen plays like that in the past that have got ruled as a touchdown. I don't agree with the call. Me personally, I think he had control of the ball. He extended it.
This is the way I would explain it. If you are making, let's say Likely was falling to the ground. Okay, 1-2 falls to the ground, drops the ball, incomplete. Right? Because he didn't complete the process of the catch. So 1-2, if you don't get that,
but you're in the end zone now.
Huh?
You're in the end zone now.
Yeah, but you got to have that third step to complete the process. It's like falling to the ground. 1-2, you fall to the ground. You still got to complete the process of the catch.
Did you see that clip? There was a clip of like Steelers. They had the same situation. Dude caught the ball, had it extended above his head like this, had 2 feet down, and then the ball got just hit out of nowhere. That's like us when we play freaking football, dude. When a guy catches the ball and then we'll bat it down, but they still call it a touchdown because you have 2 feet in and control. It's a touchdown. For me, that's a touchdown. They got robbed. What's the dude's name? The dude from New York that comments on plays like that. Even he said it was a touchdown.
Oh, Don Sterator?
Yeah,
Don Sterator?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I call that a touchdown.
I don't think it's a touchdown because I get it. Like if you go 1-2, if you do 1-2 and then you fall.
I think he had his third foot down too.
No, he didn't.
The ball got swiped down.
That's the whole thing is he catch 1, 2, and then as he's getting that third one down, the ball's coming out.
But we don't need 3 feet. We only need 2 in control.
You got to get the third foot down. Ever since the Dez Bryant shit or ish, sorry, excuse my language. Ever since the Dez Bryant ish, like Dez Bryant caught it.
Dez Bryant didn't catch the ball. He didn't catch the ball. He didn't finish the play.
Bro, get out of here.
That's not a catch. That Dez Bryant play will never, ever, 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 ever be a catch.
1-2 extends. It's the same thing as you just said.
He's falling down. He's falling down. Loses control of the ball. If he would have never lost control of the ball, it wouldn't be a catch. It would have been a catch.
Yeah, but he made a football move and he tried to extend to try to make a catch. Same thing in this situation. Catches it. Goes to extend the football, but doesn't get that third foot down to complete the process.
No, okay, that's a biased take because of your recency bias from trauma.
I agree. There's a lot of Baltimore Raven fans pissed off, but it was a good call. I thought it was a good call. Way to make a great call in a tough situation there by those refs. You gotta applaud that for them to stay composed in that situation, JB. Shout out to the refs in that game. 27-22, Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers get a win over the Baltimore Ravens, keeping their playoff hopes alive. And really giving themselves a little bit of a cushion here in the stretch. And now they just went out and you get in. Went out and you get in, Pitt. Went out and you get in. Feels pretty
I
simple,
don't think
right,
they win
JB?
out.
Feels pretty simple. We'll go through the schedule in just a second.
Yeah.
That's one of the games that we're going to touch on. We got the Denver Broncos getting what some people are calling a little fugazi win. Some people are calling this game a bit rigged. Some of the bettors in this world are saying, let's investigate what is going on in Las Vegas as the Raiders take a last-second field goal to beat the spread that was set at -8.5 for the Denver Broncos. The speculation is going on there, but the Broncos get the win 24-17, and then we head over to Lambeau Field where the Green Bay Packers edged out a victory 28-21 over the Chicago Bears. And we'll round back to that one, JB. Let's just finish the scores here because that one is a massive one. What happened to Caleb Williams there on that final drive, we will discuss in just a few. 45-17, the Rams get a win, massive win over the Arizona Cardinals, continuing their success, a bounce back game from the previous week where we thought, hold on, wait a second, is Matthew Stafford the MVP? And then he comes back and does this and says, yes, sir.
Oh,
I
100%.
am. And I know what Josh Allen did over there in against the Cincinnati
Don't
Bengals.
matter.
That's cute. That's cool. But look what I've been doing. That's basically what Stafford did. It was just a reminder, just in case you forgot. And then the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football, massive, massive, massive win for them. 20-10 over the Chiefs on a Patrick Mahomes 3-turnover game. We saw the way that game ended as Travis Kelce makes a crucial drop that leads to the game-sealing interception by a defense that historical. This team, this defense, I think alone, I wouldn't want to play the Houston Texans. I wouldn't want to see them at all on the road or at home. I don't care where it's at, in the parking lot, in a garage, in your living room. The last team that you want to see right now is the Houston Texans defense. And if that offense can just find a little bit of momentum, good Lord, this Houston Texans team can possibly get to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I don't. Cheech is jumping in the chat here. He says, F the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. Didn't even watch the game, laugh out loud, so this is news to me. Well, I'm glad we were able to update with him. It seems like some Steelers fans are starting to check out. It seems week by week there's a level of I don't want to say – I don't know. How do you feel about Steelers fans? Like, are they just over-exaggerating every week? Their expectations are just beyond the realm of understanding?
Yeah. Huge expectations for a team that has one playoff win the last 13 years or hasn't won a playoff game since 13 years ago. I don't know. I think it's just you're tired of Tomlin. You need a reset.
Feels like the fan base.
That's kind of what it is. But then again, it's like Steelers have always been like one of those privileged teams that make it like every year, or have success every year. So it's like, I'm tired of being average. At this point, you're tired of being average because 9-8, that's what you've been the last 7 years, 8 years. Even with Big Ben towards the end right there, I mean, you were just an above average team. You had that 1 year where you were 12-0 and then just have a diabolical meltdown. And so besides that, it's been a lot of average. You know what I mean? So I can understand where the frustration or you just get tired or seeing the same thing. The love just isn't there, for your team anymore. So I can see that, it's just a repeated offense. That's at this point, it's what it looks like. So I don't blame them. I mean, sometimes I lose that too, You
start to lose your love for the game just a little bit. But at least in the Pittsburgh's defense is they are at least having some type of success, some level of success. Whenever your team is just out of the playoffs, the positivity of the season kind of gets thrown out pretty quick. I don't care about them anymore for the first time in my life. I'm tired of looking good 1 week and horrible the next week. They're just tired of the inconsistency. That's what it is. And I get it. The little riding the stock market wave is sometimes the most stressful, right? It feels like it's the most stressful. But JB, let's jump into a little bit of these Victory Mondays locker rooms. Fortunate for you, we won't have the better, best, never let it rest.
Good.
Do you know it by now?
Yeah.
How's
next
it go?
question.
All right, next question. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars get a massive victory over the Colts. Let's see what the Duval boys got going on over there in that locker room.
That's how y'all set that. Oh,
Okay.
set that. Oh, guys, so proud of you, man. So proud of you. Talk about complimentary football at its finest. Complimentary football. All three phases dominate. All three phases straight dominate. Guys, I'm so proud of you. Man, that's a big win, baby. That's a big win. Guys, man, you talk about being at your best when your best is required. These are the type of games. These are the moments. These are the moments. And we rose to the occasion. Every single one of you guys should be so freaking proud to go look yourself in the mirror tonight. Love you guys. How about our freaking quarterback?
That quarterback, bro.
A lot of work still to do. A lot of work. Our maturity, guys, as we continue to go, all right, that's got to continue to show. All right, our maturity, and man, I love you guys. That was so much fun to watch, man. I love you guys.
What's the juice coming out of Jacksonville? You digging it, huh?
Yeah. I think right now the AFC is wide open, man. That could be a team that can make a run. So you just keep that up. You keep that consistency. He talked about maturity. Immaturity is being inconsistent, right? It's not, making the game-winning plays. It's not fighting through adversity. Maturity, you experience it all. You fight through the adversity. You stay consistent. You win games that you need to win. And how far can you go? At the end of the day, how far can you go?
Do you like Jacksonville?
I do. I do like Jacksonville, but I
What's
don't
your level
know.
of confidence of them getting in? You want to know
think
their
they get in.
schedule real quick?
I think 100% they get in. I
All
think
right,
they're. Yeah,
let
show
me
the
read you.
schedule.
Let me read you their schedule for the remaining season because they do lead the division. As the Houston Texans are nibbling at their feet here. They got the Jets next week, so we're gonna make the assumption that's a win, right? This team's on a 4-game winning streak, so let's make that a 5-game winning streak before they head over to Denver to face the Broncos, and then they got the Colts and Titans. So if you look at this backstretch here, 4 games. I'm assuming they're probably going to come out 3-1, and if they do come out 3-1, this team will be the division winners and get into the playoffs. So I think we're leaning towards Jacksonville to win this division.
I don't know.
You got to see the Texans. You got to see
Yeah,
their
the
schedule.
Texans are right there. They're right there. Let's compare with the Texans.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, let's compare with the Texans because they got to see each other one time.
All right, let's pick our division winner here. You ready? I'm a bit nervous because we're about to make a take. All right, Houston Texans to end the season. They got the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Colts. Mind you, this would be tough. This would be tough because we would say the Colts, tough game. But because they're not going to have a quarterback, Riley Leonard's probably going to be running the show. I feel like they also come out 3-1. The only issue is that if they both come out 3-1,
that gives it to the Jags.
Will have the edge.
Jags will have the edge.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the Jags. I can only see them losing to the Broncos, but I can also see that in upset. So they might finish out 4-0, or they might finish out 3-1. I think 3-1 you still make it at going 3-1, and you have the tiebreak. Actually, you don't have the tiebreaker.
No, because they lost. Yeah, they
did.
Well,
lose
they're 1-1.
They're 1-1 against the Texans. I don't know. Then you got to look at the division record. I don't know what their division record is, but either way, if both teams go 3-1 to finish out the year, it's still the Jags. It's still the Jags to lose. So they're in control of their own destiny at this point. Yeah, I think I would take the Jags unless they get upset by someone. I don't think so. And then that head to head, I believe the Jags beat the Chargers, didn't they, earlier on this
Yeah.
year?
Yep.
Okay, so you got the Houston. If Houston beats the Chargers, then you still have that tiebreaker just because of
Yeah.
the matchup, the opponent matchup. So yeah, I would take the Jags. Give me the Jags.
The Jags can mess around and be like the number 2 seed. Like this is
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy.
Potentially.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. This Houston Texans defense is absolutely insane. Let me just read you a couple of these next gen stats from this weekend. Al-Shaair was targeted just 3 times on 42 coverage snaps in Week 14, allowing only 1 reception for 7 yards while recording a key fourth quarter interception. Al-Shaair matched up against Travis Kelce on 9 routes, the most among Texas defenders, holding him to just 1 target, which Al-Shaair intercepted. 1 target. 9. He was targeted. He ran 9 routes with Travis Kelce and absolutely shut him down and had the game-winning pick to win that game. Insane. By middle linebacker, Al-Shaair. What a dog. And then another boy that's buzzing on that defense is Will Anderson Jr. Will Anderson recorded 7 pressures in Week 14, generating every one of them when matched up with Jalen Moore, who was making his first start at right tackle since 2021. I mean, the Chiefs did go into this game without 3 offensive linemen, so that was already a question mark to begin with. I thought that, to me, that was the reason that I chose the Texans to win this game on Thursday. It's too much. The Chiefs have just lost a little too much, and it's not like the old days where everything is bouncing in their direction. It's unfortunate for them, and they just happened to be matched up against a buzzsaw. With Nico Collins went for over 100 receiving yards and scored 16.1 PPR points on Sunday night against the Chiefs. And then C.J. Stroud obviously went 15 for 31 for 203 yards and a touchdown in their Week 14 win over the Chiefs. So shout out to the Texans, man, getting it done. Massive win for them and keeping their playoff hope dreams alive. Let's go over to the Mr. MVP Matthew Stafford, or potential MVP Matthew Stafford's locker room with the Los Angeles Rams. Let's see what Sean McVay has to say.
Hey, we got a handful of guys I want to be able to recognize. All right, but this is the greatest team sport that there is. But I want to be able to recognize, obviously, I was sick over the last couple days. This guy in the offensive staff did a hell of a job today. Give me Mike LaFleur.
Is that Matt LaFleur's son or something?
Probably not his son. Matt LaFleur's not that old.
Career interception as a Ram. Just continuing to get turnovers. Nate man. This really is for the whole offensive line to be able to recognize these guys. Over 200 on the ground. And then you go 12 for 128, 2 touchdowns. Big time day for Blake Corum.
That's their backup running back, right?
Yeah, he's starting to get more touches.
Yeah, bro. He broke that one for like 60 yards. This team is buzzing, man.
It's actually surprising to hear this. This guy just continued to do unbelievable stuff. But first multi-touchdown game, did his damn thing again.
Puka's so good. He's so good. Did you see him get that? I'm sure he's going to be on NFL Countdown next weekend for that segment. You just got Moss. You see that touchdown he snagged right over the head of I forgot who it was, but boy, oh man, it's nasty. This team isn't fair. Like when you look at it, it's not fair, bro. This team is buzzing.
I pray you don't get what I just said. Hey, and we love this guy, man. Just leading us, doing a great job, stacking another great performance. Matthew Stafford.
Well, that's it.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I love you guys, man. Let's keep going, huh? Rams on 3, 1, 2, 3.
What a humble guy, huh? He's like, all right, chill out. That was fun. Matthew Stafford. When you see this locker room, when you see this victory Monday from the boys, I mean, what do you feel What type of energy you getting from these guys?
I think they're the best team in football, the most complete football team. They can not only can they do it through the air, but they can do it through the ground too. They can beat you in multitude of ways. Uh, Hey man, and their offense is the best in the league. I wouldn't take nobody else's offense right now over these guys. They got an identity. Defense is playing good, and that's what you need to win.
They
And
just
as long as
it
as
just
long as they don't beat themselves,
I
that's
feel
probably a
for
Super
you.
Bowl team.
I feel for you here, JB. You're just so speechless. You can't really gather the right words on how to describe how great this team is. We did see them have a little bit of a. They felt a little human last week, right? When they get that loss, it felt like they didn't necessarily
That's
wake
just
up.
the yeah, and you lose the turnover
Nature of the
battle.
game.
Yeah,
But sometimes losses are great for organizations because it like
yeah.
rehumbles them, resets them, and it's a perfect time to be reset as they're about to make this run into the playoffs.
It's going to
Man,
come down to that Seattle game.
if I'm Brandon Youngblood, I feel so confident going into this playoff run that the Rams are about to have. Not only because of the team that's built around Matthew Stafford, but the fact that you have Matthew Stafford on your team with all these weapons, like it genuinely feels like they're just having so much fun, and they actually like each other. Like you don't see that very often, right? Like you see what's going on in Philly and with that success that team's having, but it doesn't, like, you can feel the awkwardness in the team, right? This team just feels like they have dinner with each other almost every night, which is, I mean, I'm assuming is insane, right? But man, damn, another team got a big, massive win yesterday. Playoff hopes were on the line for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Let's listen into this locker room.
Go, man. Oh, get up here. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. You guys are so damn tough. So damn tough. No quitting this football team. And in 17, I don't know what play that was supposed to be, but you did a hell of a job.
Put the ball down.
He's talking about that insane scramble to win the game. I think it was 3rd and 16. The Bengals got him exactly where they wanted him, and just gave up a scramble play to Josh Allen to
Put the ball down. Hey, I'm serious. What we talked about last night, man. Going through adversity, you learn a lot about yourself and what you can become. You come out on the other side stronger and better because of it, and that toughness element is undefeated, man, in football and in life. Don't ever forget that, man. Super proud of you guys, all 3 phases. Everyone, great organizational win right here.
Hey, we didn't ride the wave, right?
Ho.
Hey, we didn't ride the wave. We stayed here, right? Stay chill, stay calm, believed in ourselves and in one another. Victory Monday. 1, 2, 3.
Stay calm and composed. Stay right here, JB. Stay level-headed is what he said. Josh Allen had himself a day, man. Had himself a day. 251 passing yards, 78 rush yards, 22 for 28, and 4 touchdowns. He put himself back in that playoff picture. I mean, not the playoff picture, the MVP conversation. Obviously, what Matthew Stafford did is keeping him ahead, but what a playoff performance, or what an MVP performance from Josh Allen, absolutely putting this Buffalo team on his back. I mean, there was a moment there where honestly, I was like, dang, does this Buffalo's, like, do they stink? Are they not as good as everybody's telling us they are? What's going on? And then you just slowly see Cincinnati be who we thought they are, who we thought they were, right? It's just a little too late for that organization to make a run, and Buffalo was able to expose it. Hey, what was your takeaways from that game?
You for the Bengals, like you pretty much had to play perfect these last 4 or 5 games, and they were doing that. Like obviously, this team is 100% different with Joe Burrow, right? And then throwing that first pick to Bernard, that linebacker, just jumps up and gets the. I mean, first of all, that was just a weird throw. I mean, I don't even know what he was doing, but that is what swung the momentum. Obviously, those 2 turnovers just swung all the momentum towards Buffalo's side, or else I think they do lose that game. So no, not only did Josh Allen, like, he did put the team on his back when he needed to. He made a couple crazy 4th down conversions, threw that touchdown on 4th down where he scrambled and just threw it in like 3 guys. That was a clutch play. And then, of course, to end the game, running on 3rd and 14, whatever it was, and to get the first down. Yes, he made the plays to win this game, but without that defense forcing those turnovers, when they did that pick 6, and forcing another turnover, I don't think we have this conversation today. I think we're saying, oh, the Bengals are right in it. How can the Bengals win this division? But they had to play. That's what happens when you dig yourself in such a deep hole. You're 3-8, get Joe Burrow back, and then you get life again. You have to play perfect, and that's not what happened. It was perfect until it wasn't perfect anymore, pretty much for the Bengals. And that defense stepped up. The Bills defense stepped up. Josh Allen then just sealed it. He did what he had to do, and that's what MVPs do. But he did need help from that defense yesterday. So that defense came through, or else I don't think we're talking about this today for sure. 100%. I 100% agree with that.
Josh Allen with the MVP performance. Shout out to Buffalo Bills. And then, boys, keeping their hopes alive. JB, there's a lot of, as we get towards the end of the week, or as we get towards the end of the season, and there's a lot of playoff implications on the rest of the games going forward. Philadelphia Eagles, they're trying to find ways to make it better for them. And I don't know if you saw this from Bleacher Report, but I guess they put up a what is it called here? I put it as Eagles happy positivity. The Eagles. Here, can you read this?
No. Oh, I can read that, yeah. A positivity. No way this is real.
Bleacher Report reported on December 6th, which is a couple days ago, Eagles have installed a positivity rabbit into the locker room to emphasize positivity and good vibes. The offensive line stressed they are not sad. They just want some good vibes from the
This
bunny.
can't be real.
Per
the offensive line, there's no way. I don't see offensive linemen doing this. This is very.
This is Bleacher Report.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, dude. No, dude, that can't be freaking real.
We know what you're thinking, bro. All right, I want to show you that.
So what is
the Eagles Chargers game, the matchup that we have tonight? Like seeing that. If you're an Eagles fan and you see that, let's just, I don't know. Bleacher Report feels like a pretty significant.
You think they're trolling? Right? What do the comments say? They got to be trolling.
No, I don't. Let me pull it up. But if you're the Eagles, if you're an Eagles fan and you see that, like it's not a great feeling, right?
That is. Oh my gosh!
You're so lost for words.
What are we in? Like, no way, dude. This is very coming off very.
Hilarious.
I don't know. I can't even say what I want to say.
Borba said, "What a liberal."
It's coming off very.
It's okay, soft. Bro. You can say it. It's all good.
Very soft. How many viewers we got? We got only a couple viewers. This is very liberal. It's very left wing. It's very soft, dude. Like, what are these guys? There's no way this offensive lineman group, especially like the Eagles, there's no offensive lineman even in freaking college that would put that up.
Bro, they're offensive. They're just trying to be good vibes right now.
Maybe it's just a little.
Maybe it's just Kevin Petulia. His house just got egged by the fans because of the lack of effort they showed last week.
Like, I can see that. See, look, they're egging coaches' houses. Like, there's no way they're. You know what I mean? That's the same. Philadelphia's fan group is literally like one of the most like toxic fan groups ever. That whole Philly fan base, dude, they're just crazy fans, dude, over there in Philly. Like, there's no way, dude. This makes everyone look soft. And, I don't know, man.
Are you picking the Chargers tonight? No, I'm picking that. Once I saw this, I was like, give me the Chargers money line. Easy. This is crazy. We're bringing out a bunny to make us feel better into the locker room. Like, hey, A.J. Brown, you feeling a little sad today? Well, how about a little Easter bunny to make the day a little bit better? You and Jalen Hurts aren't getting along? Well, how about you two come over here to this corner and have a little pow-pow with the bunny to make you feel just a bit better, just to add a little bit of light to your darkness, just a little bit. Like, come on. I guess, honestly, you walk into the locker room and you just get a good chuckle. Not going to lie. Let's be honest. If you were to walk into that locker room, right, you'd get a good laugh. That's a good laugh.
You might. the first time you see it, but after that, you're like, why is this here? Well, no,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't like it.
What's the one genre, if I'm saying that correctly?
Genre.
Which, I absolutely got cooked this weekend. So on Friday, I go on a rant, right, JB? Go on a rant about the Cowboys Lions game. And then I clip the show. I push out the clips, bam, bam, bam. I use this AI tool that comes up with a catchy, supposed to grab the attention of the people, so that way you can come watch this clip, right? So I use AI for that. Well, AI isn't always the greatest tool to use, especially if you pronounce somebody's name incorrectly, right? So I, dummy, didn't double check. I was just so lost in the sauce, like, oh man, I'm cooking, bro. I thought I was cooking when I was talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, spell it wrong on the title. Also, did not call him Jahmyr, called him Jamar.
Yep.
Bro.
I've just accepted that though.
Yeah,
I'm used to it.
I was cool with it.
But the outer world is not.
Hilarious. Every comment that came in was like,
it's Jahmyr.
Yeah, let's learn how to say their name before we talk. My favorite comment was this guy said, Jahmyr Gibbs is a dog, but he's nothing like Christmas McCaffrey. I thought that was clever. That was witty. But anyways, said Jahmyr's name completely wrong, and the internet let me fill it. And I, normally I'm like 1 or 2 comments, but this one was a good 15 comments just trolling me. At one point, I was like, "Damn, the internet's can I handle 200 bad comments?" I don't know. It was a good time though. It was a good time. Jahmyr Gibbs did absolutely cook us, and that was the one thing that I said couldn't happen, and it obviously did happen. But anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Where were we, JB? What was I saying? Oh, Eagles, Chargers. This matchup tonight, the Eagles are the favorites going into this, which surprised me. But it's only 1.5 points, so it's not like a massive jump. But what are our takeaways from this? Sitting at -2.5, the Eagles obviously are the only way that the Cowboys can get into the playoffs. They got to lose at least 2 games or 2 games ahead of us. What are your thoughts on this matchup tonight, though, especially after seeing that beautiful bunny of positivity?
Yeah. Honestly, I would still take the Eagles. I think they're still like the second best team in the NFC. Obviously,
Jordan Davis also out.
Who? Oh yeah,
Jordan Davis,
Jalen Carter. Right?
I mean Jaden Carter. Yeah. My bad.
So that's going to be
Jalen Carter. Yep.
How can the Chargers take advantage of that? Or can the Eagles like still overcome that and still play some solid run defense? The defense can't allow what they did last week to the Bears. You cannot allow over 200 yards rushing. Can't allow that, or else you will lose to the Chargers. That takes a lot of pressure off Herbert. If you can force them to be kind of one-dimensional, and if the offense can kind of get going, the Eagles offense, if it can get going and put up some points where it kind of forces Justin Herbert's hand a little bit, where they got to throw the ball a little bit more than they would like to, then I can see the Eagles winning this game. The Eagles just have to be consistent. Be consistent in the run game. Get a decent run game going. And then just offensively in the pass game, if it's there, I think that's the only thing kind of holding the Eagles back. Like, obviously, we've had all this stuff about Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. This whole passing game has been so suspect. The whole running game has been suspect. Like, can you get it together this game and be consistent? That's been the talk every week. How can this offense turn the corner? So they just need a little bit of offensive consistency, and I think they'll be all right. I think they should win this game. And then you got to bring pressure. You got to bring pressure defensively on Justin Herbert in those passing situations. You don't have your 2 all-pro tackles anymore. So pressure the heck out of Justin Herbert. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him get the ball out quickly. And if you can win first downs too, don't allow the running game to get going. And I think the Eagles should win this. And then vice versa. I mean, Chargers, if they can control it, control the clock, control the run game, have a decent, consistent run game, I think you take a lot of pressure off of Herbert for this game. And what we saw last week, what the Bears did, but the Bears have a very clever like running offense. They come at you a bunch of different ways. They disguise it really well. They make it look like pass plays. They're just they move a lot. So maybe the Chargers can piggyback off that and be creative in their own way. And the Chargers are known for running the ball too. Like Jim Harbaugh is a run first guy. So that's what we need to see, some consistency in the run game. And I think you got a good chance against the Eagles. But I like the Eagles right now. I think they know that they have to win and they have to just overall play better. Now, can they do that? It's a lot easier said than done, but I would take the Eagles because they do have that pedigree. Right now, the Chargers are still very unknown. That whole AFC is very unknown, so it makes me very skeptical.
I think with the Chargers, what I look at is like this game is telling for me on whether or not they're going to be a legitimate playoff contender, or just more than just a playoff appearance. Like what I'm looking at on this game is the offensive line for the Chargers. Can they overcome those injuries? And that'll be telling for Justin Herbert. But I look at the injury report from the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Carter's out with the shoulders, had surgery on both left and right. So he's going to be week to week, is what Adam
And I think
Schefter
that's
reported.
why I think that's why the Bears had so much success. Like Jalen Carter was playing hurt. He was getting pushed
such a
around.
big
There was
deal.
film on it, like him just getting bullied interior. And I think it's because of his shoulders they were messed up. So I think that helped the Bears a little bit. It made it look a little bit more fluky than it was. I wouldn't say fluky because they came in with a good plan, but Jalen Carter was playing hurt. So you get a healthy guy in there that might play a little bit better than Jalen Carter than he was when he was hurt. So I think that helps.
And
I think that
this
does help.
Eagles team is beat up, bro. I don't want to over exaggerate because it's just the injury report and you got to report everything. But like, so Lane Johnson also out. That's math.
He's going to be out though for a few games. Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, look how the running games looked with him out, right? Right.
They've definitely regressed. When they were trying to get some momentum a few weeks ago, having Lane Johnson out that same week, they were starting to get momentum with Saquon. Now he's out. So now it's like starting from scratch again. I wouldn't say starting from scratch, but now you regressed in the running game. So now you got to figure it out again when they might have been figuring it out. So
yeah. But Zach Bond he was a participant on Saturday's practice, but has a hand injury. How will that be an issue? And then Jalen Phillips had a concussion. He was recovering from a concussion, but was a full participant on Saturday's game. But all it takes is one hit, and we've seen the effect that Jalen Phillips has had on that defense. So hopefully he'll be able to play through all the way through, and nothing fluky happens like what happened to CeeDee Lamb. But let me read you a couple of these next-gen stats, JB. The Chargers have used 14 different offensive line combinations for at least 10 snaps this season, the second most in the NFL. The instability has shown as they have allowed pressure on 41.4% of their dropbacks, the third highest rate in the league. However, Slayer, Johnson, Bozeman, Beckman, and Pipkins unit has debuted in Week 13 against the Raiders, allowed a 25% pressure rate, the lowest of any of the team's combinations this season. I don't know how much that means because it happened to the Raiders. It seems like every offensive line looks very good against the Raiders team. So I don't know how much we actually take value in that statement, but the fact that they've gone through 14 different offensive line combinations is nuts, right?
That's
winning.
what happens too when you get these injuries. You got to figure it out. You got to see which group is most cohesive together. That's the thing with offensive line.
This says a lot about Harbaugh, huh?
Yeah.
Like ultimately, at the end of the day, they're still winning. They still have a shot to get into the playoffs.
They've been very quiet.
For sure. Quiet.
Still winning.
Quiet.
Still winning, but quiet. Yeah. And right now they're the 6th seed. So right now you're playing. Jacksonville's going to host you if the playoffs were to start tomorrow. So it's a tough first round matchup too.
Yeah, tough. Who's winning that game?
I got to go Eagles. I think the Eagles can pull that off.
AGLES. I'm gonna take the Chargers. We need it.
Yeah, you guys need it.
I wore this little, I'm gonna say Charger blue for today.
You guys need it, dude, because you guys are falling into a trap game this week. You guys need it.
Trap game. There's no more trap games for us. We gotta win, brother. The Cowboys know what's at stake, and it's win out. Do you want to get in? Okay, cool. Win out.
Trap game.
It's gotta happen. You know what stinks for me? We'll talk about it tomorrow. We will talk about it tomorrow. We'll react to the Philadelphia Eagles Chargers game tomorrow morning, and we're gonna have Tim Foley on 7 a.m. About all the madness that's going on in college football. And there's a lot to talk about. The college football playoffs were set yesterday and delivered to the rest of the world to see. A lot of pissed off fans, including myself, University of Texas did not get in. That shit makes no sense. They're gonna make us sit down and watch Tulane against Ole Miss. Come on now. What is it, James Madison? Really? What are we doing here? This isn't a charity event. We don't have to put those teams in the playoffs. We just want to see the top 12 teams. Come on, college football. I don't understand it. It's like every chance that the college or the NCAA has a chance to win back the hearts of the public, they do something stupid. They always seem to do something stupid. And they're supposed to be the smartest people in the room around that table. What do they call them? They call themselves a committee, right? They come together to make a decision. And all those smart brains, all those brains with bachelor degrees, master degrees, doctorates, associates, whatever degrees there are out there, they're all around that table. And they seem to still not be able to get it right. It just goes to show that even if you're the smartest guy in the room, sometimes you could be the dumbest. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Don't forget to call in 575-500. Sorry, I was about to give my work number out. What the hell? 575-808-9307. We'll see you in the morning, JB. I appreciate you rocking with us. Jay, good job back there. And all those folks that joined us this morning, I thank you. Have a lovely day. And don't forget, be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS. See ya.
Everybody trying to be